does it feel after a couple days of full practice? The laundry list of items that Cook had you wanted to work on, how was it on the last couple of days?
I think it's been great. I think a lot of us are really itching to get back into the gym and kind of have a full-on practice where we're able to really work on things, put things at the center of our brains, and have goals. I think it's really difficult the first few weeks when it's kind of just game after game. You don't really have a lot of time to actually work on stuff. It's kind of just preparing for the next match. So I think we've used these last couple days, and then even after Stanford, we'll have even a few more days in a row to get to have full-on practices. And we've talked a lot about how big of a deal that is that we get to have this time to prepare. And so I think we've done a great job coming in these last couple of days, and we're really grateful to be back in the gym training hard.
Bergen, you've taken a step forward. The team's taken a step forward in the last couple of days with practices.
Yeah, for sure. Like Lindsay said, it's hard when you're just playing like game practice. You can't really get a lot done in practice because you have to save yourself for the next day for games. So it's been good to be able to kind of take a couple steps back, go back to some fundamentals, just really dial in those fundamentals.
What's the level of, Stanford level of anticipation playing against Stanford?
I think we're all really excited. We've had a couple good challenges already. We've had Kentucky, Creighton, Arizona State, SMU. All those games have been really good for us. But this is like Final Four week. We have two really good teams, two top 5 teams that we get to play. So it'll be a good challenge for us regardless of outcome. We obviously want to win both of them, but I think we're really excited to have that challenge come at us.
Lindsay, how can a team, when you get 2 days to train, how can a team build confidence in practices that's different from a match?
Yeah, so like I said, it's easier to like kind of have things at that you talk about as a team that you're able to more work on versus kind of centralizing all your focus on like a scout and like kind of realizing how to prepare and do certain things against a team. So while we're able to do that scouting and that process, we're also able to have things personally that we have goals that we want to work on of what's going to make our game better, but then also as a team we can kind of try new things when we have a few days in a row and not be afraid of trying to have not be afraid to not have something perfect and fully drawn out, fully thought through. When you have a game in the near future, sometimes that can be hard if things aren't clicking right away. However, when you have multiple practices in a row and we have these long practices, we're able to be more comfortable in the learning process and working through things and being able to try new things. You kind of have that confidence in being able to widen your game. So I think that's something that we've been using these last couple of days in these longer practices.
It's like, what's something that you walk out of practice and say, we got better at that today?
So something we've been working a lot on as an outside group is our footwork, and we've been talking a lot with Jordan and with Coach about just being on the right tempo and like having great timing so that we're not hitting on our way down. So that's something that we're able to really break down and work on step by step as a position group when we come and have split off into our position groups for a time during practice. So being able to have that kind of what feels like one-on-one time with each position group and their position coaches, it feels really good because it feels like you're getting attention in a specific part of your game versus like sometimes having to look at the big picture and how everything's working together.
Bergen, have you been spending time with the national team with Cammie at all, or haven't?
I haven't, no.
Watched her play? What do you see from her?
Yeah, she's a great athlete. She can do it all. And just her defense, her blocking, her serving, and obviously she's a great setter. So she'll be a good test for us all the way around. And yeah, there's a lot of good things to say about her. She's an All-American for a reason.
Lindsay, what is it like for you blockers to go up against her in that offense and how she works it?
Yeah, the Stanford runs a really great offense, and they have a bunch of really great hitters. So I think something we talk about as we start to play some really good teams as far as scouting goes is we're not going to block every single ball. We're not going to dig every single ball. And I think that's something that sometimes at Nebraska, we really pride ourselves on our defense. We kind of sometimes get a little bit caught up in the plays that we necessarily don't make, whereas I think our coaching staff and us as a team, we do a great job kind of understanding that as good as our defense can be, there's still a great volleyball team on the other side of the net, and they're still going to get kills. They're still going to, do things that great volleyball teams do. So I think it's working past that and understanding that Stanford is just a really great team, and they run a really great offense and all that jazz, and just being able to move on to the next point in situations like that, yeah.
As you work towards your ultimate goals for the season, what's the long-term value of facing two top 5 teams to close out the non-conference like this? Either one of you.
I think just regardless of outcome, we're going to learn a lot about ourselves, like whether it's actual tangible things on the court or us as a team, what we need to work on. And I think that win or lose, like those are things that we can take into the next 20, however many games we have this season. So getting those tough challenges early on has been good for us. And even SMU, we talked about that after that game. We talked as a team, and we wanted to use that as a turning point. And these 2 games could be turning points for us too. If we win, obviously great turning point just going forward. And if we don't, there's a lot of things we'll be able to take away.
Final questions?
Lindsay, you played in Louisville again. I mean, you played there a month ago. Is it a comfort knowing that you've kind of been through this? You know what to expect from a road trip. I assume you might be staying in the same hotel.
Yeah,
Does that
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think we're all just looking forward to it. I think it was a really fun experience getting to start in that kind of opening showcase. It was really fun. I think it will be great for us to have played in that arena before. I feel like it's a really big place, and to be kind of, not being used to playing in big arenas like that can sometimes mess with stuff. So I feel like having that experience that we were already there just a few weeks ago, and then playing just another great team like Louisville, I think we know that there's going to be a great fans are going to show up, so it'll be a really fun atmosphere, and I think it's just going to be a really great match to kind of close out the non-conference season that have had a lot of really great matchups throughout all teams. So I think we're all really looking forward to the match after Stanford.
Lindsay, you have an undefeated team coming in here tomorrow that's ranked number 2. What's the key to victory?
I think just taking it step by step, knowing that they're going to get their kills, they're a great team, they're going to do what they do, but as long as we play Nebraska volleyball and we stay true to ourselves and we work together as a team, we can get it done.